and good Sunday morning to you. Welcome in. This is the Drew Howard Show, part of the Sunday Morning Freedom Spin, right here on KineticHiFi.com, Spreaker Web Radio. We're in the chat boxes of both places this morning. You can jump in there, keep up with what we're talking about, and give us your thoughts, opinions, anything you want to say. Jump in the chat box. You can let us know. Sunday, July 27th, 2014, last weekend of July. Hard to believe August is already here, or it will be this Friday. By the way, this Friday, August 1st, if you're in the Savannah, Georgia area, I hope to see you out at the Savannah Comedy Review, downtown on Bay Street at the Bay Street Theater. Looking forward to that. Brian Corrigan is headlining. I'll be doing a feature set there. A few other people on the show, not sure who, but it's going to be a great time. Really looking forward to bringing my comedy to Savannah. Really looking forward to getting out there and hopefully making the audience not only laugh but think as well. Had a great show last night out in Somerville at Pug's Tavern out there. Great place, great comedy room. Tony Kemp's been running comedy in the Somerville, Charleston area for the last 25 years. Brings the best traveling talent to the Charleston area. Had a great time out there last night with Amy Dingler. My good friend Rossi Brown, downtown Rossi Brown, was on the show. Shane McGonigal was there from the Step Brothers tour. Can't wait. That's coming to Miss Rose's next month. So get out there, see Stan Shelby, see Shane McGonigal. They're hilarious together at the Step Brothers tour. You don't want to miss that. A lot of great comedy in the Low Country. Definitely get out there, check it out. Thanks to everybody that was there last night at Pug's Tavern. I had a great time. Always do. Can't wait to get out there again. But like I said, this Friday night, August 1st, Savannah, Georgia. Hope to see you there for the Savannah Comedy Review. Can't wait for that. Really looking forward. All right, let's get down into it this morning. You are here on the Sunday Morning Freedom Spin. Part 1, the Drew Howard Show. I got you till 11. Then after that, Nick O'Kelly's going to take over for the Sunday Morning Spin, or the Sunday Spin with Nick O'Kelly. Got too many shows. Can't keep up with the names of all of them going around here. Man, and did you get your Sunday New York Times this morning? Did you? That's the question. Because the New York Times editorial board on Saturday called for the federal government to legalize marijuana. It's a huge shocker coming out of the New York Times. This is coming out of Politico right now. Citing alcohol prohibition, social costs, and states movement, the board argued after a great deal of discussion that the balance falls squarely on the side of national legalization. We consider whether it would be the best for Washington to hold back while the states continue experimenting with legalizing medical uses of marijuana, reducing penalties, or even simply legalizing all use. Nearly three-quarters of the states have done one of these, the editorial said. But that would leave their citizens vulnerable at the whims of whoever happens to be in the White House and chooses to enforce or not enforce the federal law, which, again, we've seen with Obama. From day one, he said he wasn't going to go after medicinal marijuana, but he has. He's upped the rates. The rates are higher now than they were under Bush. Just some food for thought there. A big shocker coming out of the New York Times. At least according to Politico, it's a big shocker. Look, it's the leftist agenda in this country, and we're doomed because of it. I've got a great Paul Craig Roberts article out of InfoWars I want to get to today that talks about the world is doomed by Western insurgents. And really how the downfall of the West, they're putting all the blame for this missing plane, for the shot-down plane, MH17, right on Putin. Look, every piece of evidence that's out there shows that it was not the Russians that shot down this plane. It was not Putin. And it's not even looking like it was the separatist movement now. It's looking like it was straight on the false Ukrainian government, on this shell government that's been taken over after this insurgency that kicked up under George Soros banking back 4 months ago. Yeah, as much as Obama wants to run around calling the Ukrainian government democratically elected, they're not. They were democratically elected at the end of a gun, just like Obama's idol, Chairman Mao, says political power grows out of the barrel of a gun. It was force. There was nothing in this that the Ukrainian people wanted. In fact, most of the Ukrainian people want to stay away from the EU. They'd like to stay away from Russia. They want to stay a sovereign country to themselves. They see joining the EU is an economic death sentence. You become slaves to Great Britain. You become slaves to Germany. Even on a lesser degree, you become slaves to France, although France is pretty much in servitude to Germany and Great Britain. And that's why it's such a big deal that Germany's looking to join the BRICS group, because that's going to mean the EU is pretty much going to go that way too. So, very interesting article that talks about how the European governments and Western media have put the world at risk by enabling Washington's propaganda and aggression against Russia.
Washington succeeded in using transparent lies to demonize Russia as dangerous and aggressive country led by a new Hitler or new Stalin, just as Washington succeeded in demonizing Saddam Hussein in Iraq, the Taliban in Afghanistan, Gaddafi in Libya, Assad in Syria, Chavez in Venezuela, and, of course, Iran. And again, it's not that Gaddafi was that great, but he was trying to build up all of the African continent under oil money. It's not that Assad's that great of a guy, but compared to ISIS, Assad's letting Christians live in the country peacefully. He's not out there genociding them, crucifying them, executing them, not like ISIS is. Assad was allowing women to get educated, to drive cars, to go in public without burqas on their heads. ISIS comes in, all of that's being washed away. That's why it's so funny that you see all of these articles about how it's the new feminist mantle to hold up Islam, that it is the feminist mantle to support ISIS, to support Gaza, which that kills me, because Islam is the most unfemale friendly religion out there. It says that women should have no rights and that women should be nothing more than sex objects for men to rape at their pleasure. That's in the Quran. Look it up. But it's so feminist to support Islam and to support ISIS. It's all a big joke. And they've successfully brainwashed the masses out there. The moronic masses have been dumbed down to the point where they think when they're being stepped on that it's good. That is love. Abuse is love. I see that all the time out of people, that they get this sick mentality twisted around, that they think the more that they're abused, the more that they're treated like crap, the better they feel about themselves. And I don't really understand where that comes from, but